Hello everybody, Terrence Pop here with another episode of Live from the Lair. Alright, let's see. I want to talk about this whole Kavanaugh fucking fiasco bullshit. And he's a conservative, Democrats, they hate Trump, they don't want him to put anybody on the court. And they're doing their best to try to fuck the whole thing up. Now, there were some arguments that, hey, the Republicans did the same thing before Obama got out of office. Yes and no. Okay. The Republicans didn't, basically bring a third party in and put them up on the altar and fucking sacrifice them in front of God and everybody, which is basically what's happening with this Dr. Ford bullshit. Because if they would have brought the accusation up, 40 some odd days back, or 47 days, I don't know the exact numbers, like 40 plus days back when she first got the letter, they would have held a closed door here, session, heard what everyone had to say and realized, hey, you said he attacked you, but you don't know where it happened, when it happened. You don't even know the exact year, other than maybe it was the summer of 1982. No other details like who drove you there, who drove you back. And the four people that you said were there basically said they don't recall it, and a couple of them even said flat out, I don't understand. We wouldn't be having this right now. But she held onto it till the end, leaked her fucking name to the press, and then her life has been turned upside down. And so has, Kavanaugh. This is his horse shit. And I hope to God that he still makes it in to the Supreme Court. And I want to see everyone involved get sued into the fucking Stone Age, because this shit needs to stop. Now, do I believe women when they fucking say shit like this? Yes, I do. But only if they have a credible story and they have some fucking evidence. That's the way our system works. If you don't do that, we fall back into witch hunts, and then you wind up with lynchings, and nobody wants to have that happen. Okay? It is what it is. Furthermore, the other individuals who came forward, their fucking shit all fell apart. One of them even backed out when they said, hey, you sign this, you're looking at a felony if you change your fucking story, It's not a fucking game. False rape accusations ruin people's fucking lives, man. Men kill themselves over this shit. And women get away with it without any repercussions whatsoever. For God fucking sake. Now, and then the whole yearbook thing, right? It was 1982, almost 40 years ago. Do I remember shit I wrote in my fucking yearbook 40 fucking years ago, or 30 some odd years ago, or whenever the fuck I graduated from high school? So I don't even fucking remember. No, I don't fucking remember. And then, they're asking them about the Devil's Triangle and all this. I don't even know if that term meant what it meant back 40 years ago. Maybe it meant something else. Who knows? Maybe it had something different, meant something different among this group of friends that they probably don't remember now after 36, 40 fucking years. Who knew? And he was a minor, and he was in fucking high school. Now listen, I was a raging fucking asshole in high school. I was such a fucking dick in middle school. Oh, hell, I was a fucking dick all the way down to, like, first fucking grade. All right? The Oak Park police knew my fucking name, knew where I fucking lived, knew where I hung out, knew the fucking shit I was doing. I went to go talk to the police chief 3 fucking times before I moved out of that fucking city. And guess what? I was still a raging asshole in middle school and high school, except I quit getting caught because I didn't talk about it. All right? But it still didn't stop my file from collecting more pages of shit that I did and I was suspected of doing that was handed off to the Army recruiters that wound up to me going into the good line instead of prison. And I went in the Army. That's a whole other fucking story. But holy shit, I was in, what the fuck? You're a different fucking person in high school for the most part. Yeah, I mean, if he was a fucking rapist dickhead in high school, he'd probably still be a rapist dickhead now. Okay, because there're just some things that just don't change unless you fucking go through a whole lot of pain, and and it's pretty much the only way people change. They have a near-death experience, they get the shit beat out of them, they go to prison, they basically, you got to feel pain, you got to get fucked up. Am I wrong? Am I fucking wrong? And I hope to God that the country sees right through this how fucked up the Democrats. They're not even Democrats. They're just the Democrat, whatever motherfucking people they are. Why don't we just call them socialists? Because that's pretty much what they want. They don't want any borders. They fucking want the one world order. Everybody and their fucking mother to come here and fuck everything up. I mean, unbelievable. All right. Okay, I covered that. That's my therapy for the night. I'm feeling better now. All right, back to the National Guard. Let's see. We were long range reconnaissance airborne infantry, and it was Company F425, and this was back in the days when I was a team leader, and we would do between 4 and 6 missions a year, training missions for the most part, and a lot of times they didn't give a fuck about the weather. In fact, there's only, I think, in the entire time I was in that unit, they only canceled an operation because of weather one fucking time. They didn't do it for tornadoes, flash floods, lightning storm, nothing. The only time that they canceled a mission is when we started off. It was 45, 50 degrees, and that was Friday afternoon, and by Friday night it was starting to get like stupid cold. It was down in the 30s, and then when it's Saturday morning, like 1, 2 a.m., it had gone down to like 10 fucking degrees. So we had dudes, in the fucking woods doing their deal that were now wet and in basically below freezing temperatures, and they just said, we're now getting stupid. But that happened other times where they didn't cancel the fucking missions, and a lot of them that took place in late September, October, and November. It was cold, but not cold enough to freeze for the most part, and we used to call those missions soak and smoke missions because they fucking sucked. Okay, and being cold sucks. But you know what sucks worse than being cold? Being wet and cold. Okay? I can't believe how many times, we would do these fucking crazy ass missions. Okay, and when I first started there, they gave me the map of Grayling, right? And I remember I'm looking at it, and for whatever reason, I'm trying to navigate off this map. I'm doing the fucking compass, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but it's not line. I'm fucked up. I mean, I am fucked up on my navigations, and I'm usually never off on navigating. I'm off by more than 500 fucking meters. It was a crapshoot, and I didn't really understand how fucked up the whole thing was until you look at the legend of the map. And I remember I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this map was printed in 1968, and it was last surveyed in 1938. So I'm literally going off magnetic and the magnetic conversions, which are completely fucking off now. This map is garbage. It was, and you have to do what you have to do. So, like, literally, I would use the map, and before I'd go out with the map, I would literally draw new fucking grid lines, get the corrected GM angles, and figure out what the fuck it was. And even then, it was fucked up because there were roads that were on this map that weren't there in the real world. There were intersections in the middle of fields that it just fucked everything up. But hey, we worked with it. We got it. We got it over. And I remember on this one particular mission, I got goat belly with me. I got contusion. I had a straggler from another team rolling with me, and I had Demers. He's dead now. And then I'm trying to remember the other guy that was with me. I think I had Gorilla Belly with me. I'm using their nicknames, not using their real names, because I don't want them to get fucking, you know, pointed out or anything, because in case somebody knows them. But like, we're walking and you know, busting brush, and it's raining, and it's fucking getting cold, and we're sweating, and you know, it's maybe 43 degrees. And I'm like, fuck. And I'm looking at the map. I'm like, oh, fuck, we got to make our hard time. And we were like 6 or 7 clicks short. So I said, fuck it. We're going to jump on this fucking, you know, dirt road. It was more like a trail. It wasn't like an actual road. You know, and we're running the road. You know, fuck it. It is what it is. And I come up to this puddle, and it, you know, it's about, you know, 6 feet wide, about 8 feet long, you know. And I'm like, fuck it. So I walk around it, you know, and there's mud, and I'm like, you know, well, Goat Belly decides he's just going to walk through it. Now, I don't think anything of it. I turn back and I hear this sploosh. I look back, and he is gone. He is totally submerged in this fucking mud puddle. And I remember he comes up, and he's like all covered in mud, and his glasses are all, he's like, and I shine the white light on him. And the straggler we had is like, you gotta be kidding me. He was all caked in mud and fucked up. Oh, it was hilarious. Yeah, it was a good time. That was a good time. And then usually, you know, we would get to where we're going, and it's so fucking cold. You know, you're wet, you're fucked up. The only way you're not gonna die is you start a fire. I was a big proponent of starting a fire. And on this one mission, same guy, Goat Belly. He used to be in the Jumpin' Jews up in Alaska. That's a military airborne unit that used to have a patch that was a black Jewish star. It's pretty funny. The Jumpin' Jews. I don't know if they're still around or not, but I heard they're pretty badass. But you know, it's neither here nor there. But so you know, we get done with this soak and smoke mission, and we were so fucking cold, and I was like right on the verge of hypothermia. My hands had quit working, and we're trying to get this fucking fire started. And I literally had torn apart an MRE, and I had like the couple of the tissue packets, and then that old mosquito repellent that was like raw DEET, was incredibly flammable, great for starting fires. And we had sprayed the DEET on there, and he had like 3 matches left. And and our hands were so fucked up. Like literally, I had to hold the match with both hands. He was holding the matchbook, and I'm like, trying to get the fucking thing started. Finally, you know, after we fucked up the first match, the second match works. Boom, we get it lit. We get the fire going, you know, and we had a couple lean-tos. We're all like dried off after an hour, warmed up. We had a couple, you know, a cup of cocoa and stuff. We take like it's an hour and a half, you know, nap, whatever you want to call it. We're getting picked up by the truck that morning. So, you know, I remember I wake up, you know, and there's Goat Belly. He's literally standing like almost over the fire, right? He is. I'm like, dude, that's a hot fire. You're gonna fucking, you know, burn. You're gonna catch on fucking fire. Stop it. You're gonna get fucked up. He's like, oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just fucking susceptible to cold. And I'm like, all right, whatever. You're a grown ass man. I lay down. Oh, I didn't lay down like 30 seconds, and I hear him do the, you know, his groin caught on fucking fire. Slapping it out, falls on the ground. He's rolling around. Gets up. He's got no pants. Like literally, it's just his junk, which is a little singed. You know, the hair was singed. It wasn't really burned, you know, at all, but he looked all fucked up. So for like 3 hours, he's walking around where we're camping out with fucking Johnson hanging out. And I'm like, dude, can't you put a sock over that thing or something? He's like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. So he pulls out one of his socks, rolls it up, puts it over his junk, so he's not completely naked. He's got a sock hanging on his dick. So, we put the fire out. We could hear the truck coming, and the 5-ton rolls up. We throw our rucksacks on there. And one of the guys back there, Sergeant T, he looks at it, he's like, he sees with a sock on his balls. He's like, whoa, you guys had a wild night, I guess. And we just get on the truck, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. Oh, that motherfucker. Oh, that was one of the other soak and smoke missions. Okay, another one. Doing a fucking Lair's fucking mission, and this one was like late November, and it was fucked up. Again, it started off as a soak and smoking, and it dropped down to like 5 or 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So shit was all freezing, and I had my 6-man team. And I would rotate two guys on the objective. They would watch for 4 hours, and I'd rotate them back and put 2 up there. And we're in the hide doing our deal. And we did that all day. We sent, we radioed in what was going on, blah blah blah. And then it got, right around 10 o'clock when it got really stupid cold, like 0. I'm just like, we've now gone into fucking stupid, unsafe land. This is crazy. I call everyone in. I look at the map, and I'm like, okay, we moved like a click and a half away from the objective into this ravine. Set up a lean-to, fucking started a fire. And we all went to sleep, fuck it. We had one guy up. We didn't all go to sleep, but, one guy stayed up, and we took turns. We always had to watch because, bad shit happens when everyone's asleep. But it turns out that that particular drill, we had a couple cold injuries. One guy got medevaced, and all my guys were just fine. So train hard. Yeah, I get it. Train hard, play hard. You'll fight as you train. And guess what? If I and my men are soaking wet and it's 45 degrees when we start and it gets down to zero fucking degrees, if I'm training or in combat, I'm pulling back, I'm lighting a fucking fire because people are going to fucking die. There, I said it. Anyway, gentlemen, we're at 18 minutes, so you guys take it easy.